vernacular. In the sense, not only is there the classical, linguistic, poetic traditions of the great composers, saint composers, but it will also include devotional genres. It will also include folk genres, expressions of spirituality. So there is a coming together and a unifying force there too. The gamut of repertory is so wide that it encompasses vernacular, native traditional, folk, bhakti traditions into one mainstream classical format. This integration of folk melodies is also seen when Carnatic music borrows folk melodies and establishes them as ragas in the pantheon of ragas. What are called Desiya ragas. These are all melodies basically. A raga like Maniranga, a raga like Chenjuriti, Jinjoti what is called, a raga like Chenjuriti, a raga like Manji, a raga like Punnagavarali, which is supposed to be a celebration of the snake god. A raga like Nadanama. These are all folk melodies which have come into classical. So here again, a movement of destroying the dichotomy of the classical versus vernacular. Again, a move of unity. So, compositional forms such as the Kavadi Chindu, Devarnama, Tirupugal, Tiruvaruppa, Tevaram, all of which are basically of the vernacular, space, come into Carnatic. For example, in Chenjuriti, a very beautiful Kavadi Chindu. Vallikanavan perai vazhipokar sonnalum Vallikanavan perai vazhipokar sonnalum Ullam kuzhayudadi kiliye unurugudadi kiliye unurugudadi Vallikanavan perai. It is a discussion between a lady who is falling in love with the beauty of Muruga. And she tells to her Sakhi, Valli Kanavan Perai Vadi Pokar. Even as a wanderer, a street passerby mentions his name, my whole heart melts. That's what she says. She tells to her Sakhi. So this is a very earthy form, a very folk form of expression of love for the divine. But this finds a place in the classical music repertory. So again, a very beautiful unification of folk, the vernacular, the classical and the folk. Like I said, unity also has to be seen as a working through the continuum of time. It is this continuing musical tradition that actually keeps the spiritual traditions alive. And classical music compositions in Carnatic music have a very significant role to even keep the spiritual traditions alive. Whether it is the Tevarams of the 8th, 9th, 10th centuries or up to the current compositions, there is both a continuity and a newness. That is what is very fascinating. The same spiritual truths, the same spiritual scriptural ways of interpreting are different. For example, both Purandradasa and this very wonderful Abhang of Tukaram express a very beautiful truth. Tanjavur Maratha kingdom included regions of Maharashtra and lower Madhya Pradesh of today. So even this dichotomy of south versus north is a fallacy sometimes, because it exists only in the mind of a cartographer, of a geographical guy. But in terms of cultural geography, there is a lot of unity. Anuraniya to gada अनुरणिया थोकड़ा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा अनुरणिया थोकड़ा अनुरणिया थोकड़ा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा तुका कासा एवढा. Tukaram says, smaller than the smallest atom, Tuka is. I am as small as the smallest atom, yet I am vast as the Akasha. This idea of Brahman as in the smallest, manifest in the smallest, and manifest as the biggest possible imagination, Tuka expresses this truth, which is a very Vedantic truth. Purandaradasa expresses the same truth in a different language, in a different time period, in a different aesthetic. Anoraniyana Magato Mahiyana Anoraniyana Magato Mahiyana Aprameya Adisidale Yasoda Aprameya Adisidale Soda Dharana Adisidale Soda Jagadodharana Adisidale Yasoda. So in this he says, Anoraniyana Mahato Mahiyana. The same beautiful metaphor of trying to capture what the Brahman is, what the essential truth is. So this unity of thought through the ages, that's what I want to give you an example. And there are hundreds such examples. Shyama Shastri says, Devi Brova Samayamide Adivegamevachi Navedalu Tirchi Karunimba Ve Shankari Gamashi. Capturing the essence of Devi. Tanjavur Shankariyar, who is a contemporary composer, says, Tirikadauril Nindru Arulum Deviye Abhiramiye Deviye Abhiramiye Deviye Abhiramiye Deviye Abhiramiye. So 2 centuries separate these two musical expressions, but the unity of spirituality is what binds them together. As connected and as a form of Carnatic music are the traditions of Sampradaya Bhajana and Harikatha or Katha Kalakshepam, where the storytelling of the Puranas and of morals and philosophies is always interspersed with compositions. And these compositions are from so many different sources. Like Shashi Kumarji said, Jayadeva, he doesn't know any, you may not understand the language well, but they still present themselves as beautiful expressions of spirituality. So whether it be Marathi, whether it be Hindi, Bengali, Oriya, of any time, all of them find a place. The other thing about Sampradaya Bhajana and Harikatha is that they make the music and the textual content available and participatable by everybody. It is not only the trained musician or the Vidwan or the trained Rasika who can be part of it. Sampradaya Bhajana means hundreds of people coming together from different walks of life, singing together. So it is this very democratization, it's a very democratic move that is inbuilt into the mechanism of Carnatic music, which is very beautiful. Very unifying feature. Yesterday, Dr. Karan Singh spoke about the idea of pilgrimage as also a very unifying characteristic of music. So there, again, most of the modes of the great composers have been one of pilgrimage. Muthuswami Dikshithar, or whether it be the Devara mover, that is the Shaivite saints, they traveled across the breadth of the country, visiting all the sthalas and kshetras, divya kshetras, singing on the particular Lord there, So Muthuswami Dikshithar has, like Shankara and like Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, traveled the length and breadth of the country, singing in celebration of the various godheads in different shrines. So right from Jalandhar to Kashi to Tirupati to the southernmost parts of Kanyakumari to Maharashtra, Saurashtra to Punjab, Muthuswami Dikshithar composes of all the great sthalas. Again, a very unifying force in terms of geography. That our land is one, our spirituality is one. The music sings of this spirituality, let us come and celebrate that spirituality. It is that unifying force that one sees in Carnatic music very greatly. The idea of pilgrimage is also very central to establishing spiritual unity through music. Even today, the diaspora of Indian population which lives in various geographic places comes together. For example, during the Chennai Margadi season, music season, we see thousands and lakhs of, originally Indian-born people who are now residing in different parts of the globe who come together. It's like a Kumbh Mela. It's like a coming together of so many different musical rasikas. They have made this an annual pilgrimage of sorts. They come to listen to our great compositions and they re-establish and reinstate their spiritual commitment to our great culture. So music here is also functioning as a unifying force, where they come and reinstate their cultural, spiritual, and nationalistic roots. I think there are a lot of points which I want to cover, but I shall just, these are just some of the axes, like I told you, through which I see Carnatic music having mechanisms, very beautiful inbuilt mechanisms. They are not overt imposed mechanisms. The wisdom of the culture is so high that the mechanism is built into itself. It is not something which has to be announced. It is not something which has to be proclaimed. The unity exists in its very fabric of creation itself. In its very making, the mechanism is inbuilt into it. So I shall just end by what Dr. Karan Singh mentioned in his keynote address yesterday, which I think all of us agree with, is that when we talk about unity through music, what are we talking about? We are talking about essentially one thing, but we are also talking about other things. The essential thing which we talk about is unity with oneself. Unity with the divine, which is also the same side, the other side of the same coin. It is only through this realization of unity with oneself and unity with the divine and unity with all Srishti, all creation, that true unity can be established. That true falling apart of differences and a real coming together can happen. Then only is also societal harmony possible. It is through unity with oneself that unity with the outside world, unity of the outside world can be established. This is not anything new. This is being said by all the great rishis and Mahatmas, including Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna. So, with those few words of the unifying basis of Carnatic music in terms of spirituality, I conclude this presentation of mine. Thank you for your very patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Parasuram. Please come here. So we had two wonderful presentations. Dr. Shashi Kumar elaborately discussed the similarities between the Carnatic and Hindustani music styles with lively examples. He referred to the exchanges, adaptations, followed by the synthesis occurred in these two music genres. Pandit Parasuram underlined the important positioning of Sahitya in Carnatic music, and this is in a huge number of compositions by hundreds of composers, that is mostly focused on Hindu spirituality, and it invited or accepted, adapted different languages and adapted certain music components from different other genres, and that definitely shows that it is opening up and try to understand others and is synthesizing within itself, and that shows that how the unity is building up. And finally he said that uniting with the self, uniting with the mother nature is the last word, and where through which the absolute peace is possible. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, tea break, and tea will be served at main flat ground floor. So all are requested to assemble there, join us for tea. And again we will assemble here for the 4th academic session, that will begin 11:45. So we shall assemble at 11:45. So please join us for tea.
Okay, in the second half, we are entering into the second session, and there are two, I won't say speakers, there are two great performers, and I am really a person who is, odd man out. I am replacing Dr. Kichlu. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Suresh Chanvankar. I am from Mumbai, Maharashtra. So I am at the middle of the country. He is from north, he is from south. So we are really representing three different locations in the country. I am a retired scientist from Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, and I am also a gramophone records collector. I collect a lot of music, listen to myself and play it to others. Now, this session, if you see the program, the title is South Indian and North Indian music complementary to each other, unity through music. And the title of the second speaker also is the same, only North Indian and South Indian is interchanged. So basically it is the same topic. Now I don't have to introduce these great people sitting on the dais here. Dr. Balamurali Krishna ji and Pandit ji, in their own field, they are really the maestros. As a record collector and music collector, I know both of them from my childhood, from my youth, and they have really reached out through the videos like Mile Sur Mera Tumhara and Taste Medley and many Jugalbandis. I remember in 1990 I saw in Shanmukhananda, Balamurali Krishna ji doing a Jugalbandi with Bhimsen ji, and then on one TV with Kishori ji. So today they won't present any paper. You see the proceeding, there is no synopsis or nothing as an academic paper, but they are actually going to give a sort of a dialogue to a live concert, and that's why this I request both of them to join on the dais with Dr. Saraswati Sundaresan, who is doing research on Dr. Balamurali Krishnaji's work. So I request them to please come on the dais and let us begin the musical dialogue of unity right there. And after I introduce you, I want to go there and listen to your talk. Thank you so much. An accomplished dancer, and the accompanying for this unusual paper presentation